Hi boys and girls, we are going to be doing chapter 9 in your reader. I will read it to you. You could also choose to listen to it on Amplify, or you could read it yourself. As you read, you're going to want to pay attention to the questions on activity book page 13.1. And as you read, you want to listen for keywords in the questions. I'm going to go ahead and read the questions to you. So listen to the questions, and then as we read, you're going to want to listen to those keywords and stop the video to do your work when you need to. So number 1 on activity book 13.1 says, and you can follow along, what is the selection mostly about? Number 2, which of the following is the best title for the list in the box shown below? So you're choosing from those 4 titles, which is the best title for it. On the back, number 3, what does the word gesture mean in this sentence? So they're giving you a sentence with the word gesture in, and you need to write the definition below it. Number 4, what does it mean to read lips? So in the chapter, they're going to talk about that. You need to write what it means to read lips and write the page number where you found that. Number 5, which of the following lists of words from Overcoming Disabilities Part 1 is in alphabetical order? So which one is in A, B, C order? Okay, let's take a listen here, boys and girls. Chapter 9, Overcoming Disabilities, Part 1. Last time I told you a little bit about hearing. Earlier, Dr. CU told you about eyes and vision. Today, I would like you to think about what it would be like if you couldn't hear or couldn't see. Millions of people live with poor hearing or with no hearing at all. These people are deaf. Imagine, if you can, what it would be like to be completely deaf. How would you know what other people are saying? After all, you cannot hear their words. Many deaf people use sign language. Sign language is a way to communicate without speaking. One person makes signs with her hands that stand for words and letters. The other person sees the signs and understands the message. The 2 women in this picture are using sign language. So Dr. Audit talks about sign language. Did you know that there is a gesture or sign in American Sign Language for each letter of the alphabet? See if you can spell out your name using the signs shown on the next page. So here they show you the sign for each letter in the alphabet. See if you can spell out your name. Sign language is one way deaf people can communicate. There are also other ways. Some deaf people can read lips. That means they carefully watch a person's lips move as he is speaking, or she. They can tell what the person is saying by looking at how his lips are moving. How? A person's lips take on different shapes and positions as they say different sounds. Try looking in the mirror sometime while you are talking to see how your lips move. Someone who reads lips translates what a person is saying by studying the different shapes and positions of his lips. Isn't that amazing? It takes much time and practice to learn how to use sign language and how to read lips. Now I'd like you to try to think what life would be like if you could not see. What would it be like to be blind? How would you find your way around? How would you read? Blind people find ways to live with their disability. Many blind people use a cane to help them get around. By tapping in front of them, they can tell where there are walls. They can tell when they need to step up and when they need to step down. So there you can see a blind man walks with a special cane. Some blind people use seeing eye dogs to help them get around. These dogs are also known as guide dogs. They are specially trained to help blind people get from place to place safely. Blind people can also learn to use their other senses to make up for their inability to see. A blind person can't tell what you look like, but he or she may be able to recognize you by your voice. Blind people can also learn to read using a system called Braille. In the Braille system, raised bumps that a person can feel are used to stand for letters. A blind reader touches and runs her fingers over the dots and recognizes letters. Then she thinks of the sounds the letters stand for and blends the sounds together to read. Like lip reading or using sign language, it takes lots of time and practice to learn how to read using Braille. Boys and girls, make sure you finish everything on Activity Book 13.1. Go back and reread if you need to. Listen to it again if you need to. Do your very best work.